Day 830 off the grid. A little bit of an update about the Xantrex ProSine 1800i inverter. Now, I'm not sure why it's 1800i, because the i model is supposedly supposed to have a transfer switch, but this doesn't have any transfer switch, not that I can see. Never mind, it's working pretty well. 11 days now without the generator. Now we've just been spared the onslaught of Zyklon B, or Cyclone Cook as it's known to all the muggles out there. The second cyclone in the basically 11-day period that we haven't had a generator. Yeah, still haven't got one. Waiting for the garage. The batteries are starting to get a little bit low. So I thought what I might do is fire up the Xantrex today, put it through its paces, but not by running a test bulb. We needed to do a load of dishes, so I ran it through the house and put the dishwasher on it from the circuit here in Shed B, the batteries in Shed B. And it did that perfectly. And then I thought, I know, I'll be a devil, I'll actually try it on the fridge. Now, I wasn't really wanting to do that because these clip leads here, these jumper cables are still here, and I wasn't so sure about that, but I thought I'd just try it anyway and see what happens. Well, consequently, when the fridge kicked on, it started beautifully. It was like it was connected back to the grid, which is what I was hoping from this. So any previous statements I've made in a video about this inverter saying, well, you know, if it doesn't perform as well as the Chinese inverter, I might just sell that. Well, I don't think I'm going to be selling it, because it does exactly what I bought it for, which was to improve the running of the fridge, amongst other things, and just to have a better brand name inverter on the crucial fridge and freezer circuit rather than a Chinese thing, which, you know, again, touch wood, has been running very, very well, but you never know. Just wired it up here from the cord, just chuck this double power point on, boom, into that cord which goes in to the house. Simple as that for now. It's a test rig, you know. It's been running the fridge really well, and what that's meant is it's been able to give a little bit of relief to the freezer batteries, well, the main 24 volt circuit in Shed A. So this has just been taking care of the fridge today. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty happy with the Xantrex. It's been running nicely. As you can hear, the fan's not running. Oh, just one odd thing about it. It's 230 volts, but it's at 60 hertz. Well, New Zealand mains voltage is 230 volts at 50 hertz. Well, that's not really an issue for the fridge or the freezer, but might be a problem for Amon's record player, which has a synchronous motor in it. It'll play a little bit too fast, so that's something I'm going to have to deal with when I commission this properly. On to the other major thing I've been doing today. I've been making some serious inroads today into the installation of the wind turbine. I think this might be the first time I've showed it. Maybe I shot a video of it just after I got it, but here it is. It's an AirX 400, so it's 400 watts at its rated wind speed, 24 volt wind turbine. It's got this lovely slip ring arrangement here, so you don't have to worry about the cable getting all tangled up in the pipe. And to make it fit the pipe that's out in the garden, I've been working on this adapter basically. Here we go. It's made from a strut, a piece of strut out of a, well, the mechanic told me it was out of a Nissan, but clearly it's out of a Toyota because it says Toyota on there. So I got out the angle grinder and the saber saw with the metal blade and hacked off the skirt thing that was around there, hacked off the actual cylinder plunger out of there and the base of the cylinder, got an old inner tube from a bicycle and stretched 3 layers of rubber on there, which was quite difficult. The reason why I did that is because it acts as a buffer when you stick this into here. Obviously the cables go on the inside, but I'm not going to do it one-handed. You'll see it when I put it together. It acts as a buffer when this clamp goes on and clamps it all on. There was a existing piece of rubber with it, but that was just a little bit too thick with that pipe. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, just a little bit too thick, so I kind of had to redo that. That works really nicely. This here will just simply slip over the pipe that's already out there. It'll just slip right on, you know, no fucking around, no. I was originally going to sort of offset mount it using some fence clamps that, you know, you use to clamp together bits of temporary fencing, but that would have been a bit arse because it would have kind of been offset, and picking this whole assembly up when I mocked it together, it actually turned out there's a lot of weight there, eh? So I don't really want anything like this. I think this is a superior approach, just drop it over the end of the pipe. Obviously I'll have to put something on the pipe to stop it going down any further, but once it's bolted onto here, of course, it can only go as far as there anyway. Although I don't know if I'd want it shearing up against these cables coming out of there. That's a good point. So, yeah, good to have something on the pipe to stop it. So yeah, that's basically it on day 830. A couple of cool things there. The inverter going into temporary service to help us get through this time of bad weather without the generator. Hopefully the mechanics will pull finger. I just realised today, or this morning of course, before I wrote the previous day's post, that when the mechanic told me to come back on Friday, he was like, haha, probably a little joke, because Friday was actually Good Friday. Not good if you're waiting for a generator to be fixed, mate. And I said, Friday! And he goes, oh, come back on Thursday. I guess he assumed that I had caught on to his little joke, but in all truth, I actually hadn't. I just was incredulous as to the amount of time they were making us wait. I mean, after all, it's an engine, just like any other engine. We're paying them for their time, just like anyone else's time, and kind of expect a bit of service, you know. Kind of need to have a no-go indication as soon as possible, whether we get the generator fixed or whether we go and buy a new one. It would be really nice, though, to actually just not need one. It would be really nice to get this up and just find we've got enough power with this. I mean, we can get by without a generator. We have been for 11 days. It's actually no great problem, apart from the fact that computer usage is quite limited. Found ways around a lot of the things that would otherwise use electricity for, like the baby's bottle. I've just been heating up a kettle on the gas ring or on the coal range, but then using a flask to store the hot water for the next bottle or two, which all of a sudden makes that kind of thing a lot more efficient to do. So, you know, no electricity for that. And we could do an indefinite period without the generator. We totally could. It's just, you know, you want certain comforts really, and let's face it, that's what it is. It's just really that extra electricity for comfort, not for necessity. Because if we get cold, we've got the coal range, we've got the other fireplace, so we can boil water and cook food and stuff and do all that stuff without electricity. The lights will keep running, of course, no matter what the weather, because they use such little power as long as you're conservative with them. So really just the extra power for the gadgets, for the computers, yeah. But that's enough ranting. I'm making too many of these ranty videos lately, so goodbye from Off the Grid, day 830. See ya.